Oh, good morning. Call upon my teachers and my teachers' teachers to be present with us during this practice today. So through our process of self-healing, we may radiate out love to the universe for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. So it's a beautiful day today after a lot of weather. So we're just going to grab some handfuls of that sunshine and we're going to pull it through the crown of our heads. And just feel that radiant warmth as we open the crown chakra and bring that healing energy all the way down through the center line of the body. We're going to do 6 of these and just enjoy the stretching your body tall, reaching up and bringing the sun, moon, and star energy through you all the way down to your feet. Nice deep inhales and long, gentle exhales. Do 3 more here. Waking up the body, waking up the breath. Each pass, we're coming more and more into the present moment. Opening and clearing the mind. And 1 more. And just standing for a moment, we're going to open the portals in the soles of the feet and drop down twin roots of energy down deep into the earth. Allow it to just take a moment, just whoosh, whoosh, right down deep into the earth, and then feel your roots spread sideways, grounding you, and beginning to feel that energy flow up through the soles of the feet and into the legs. And allow the tailbone to drop so you can feel yourself getting more and more grounded with each breath. And then dropping the tailbone by lifting the hip flexors in the front of the legs. And then lifting the low back by imagining that someone has strings and they're just pulling from above and they're lifting up energetically the low back, which is going to lift the whole spine through the crown of the head, lengthening the back of the neck. And feeling yourself as though you're suspended from above. The chest is open. Feeling the feet continually on the earth. Feeling yourself growing taller through the crown of the head. And just allow the bones of your skeleton to come into alignment. Allow the shoulders to gently drop down. And 2 more breaths here. We're not even into Wuji yet. We're just aligning our skeletal beings from deep inside and then allowing the minor adjustments to happen as the breath comes in, finding the tight areas, releasing on the exhale. And then gently opening the eyes. We're going to come into the gentle spinal twist. So we're going to just begin, allow the arms to be completely floppy and feeling those feet on the earth. So nearly at the spring equinox. It seemed like the longest winter ever. So even us here in sunny California, it felt like a very long winter. So it's not quite over, but the equinox is on the horizon here next week. So as that happens, that's shifting the balance of the yin and the yang. That means we'll come into that equality where the day and the night are equal. That means the yin and the yang energy are present in equal measures. So this is our last week here in the yin cycle of the year. That's that dark, fertile, inward energy that I know I myself got to experience a lot over the last few weeks, because there is no outside distractions. When there's no power sources, you can't go online or watch TV shows or even communicate with friends. So it was a perfect experience of the yin energy to be really moving inward, seeing what's going on inside. So I encourage you all in this last week of the winter to just take a little meditation now and then and just tuning in and checking in. That's what this time is good for. And we're just unwinding here. We're just going to do this for another minute or so. Just feeling ourselves beginning to move the body, and feel free to add variations of shifting the weight from side to side, or we're opening the heels to the side, whatever feels good for your body right now. So today we're going to focus on clearing heart energy. We're going to focus on clearing anxiety and any congestion around the heart that will allow for more joyful movement of qi to be flowing. Good morning. So tuning into your spine in particular for just this last minute, and feeling how the arms rotate around you. Bye. Like a beautiful maypole. We just have this long, stable center, and the arms are flying out around it, whether you're shifting your weight or not, and gradually going deeper, but really feeling that strong central energy, that Tai Chi pole. This Tai Chi pole is like it's our grounding rod. It's our connection to the heaven and the earth. And we all have heard the expression feeling off center, right? So that's what can happen when we have something occur in our lives that makes us feel a little ungrounded, or just not really quite ourselves, or we just feel off, right? So I like to think of the Tai Chi pole as it's the literal energetic center of our beings. And also in medical Qigong, we observe that people's Tai Chi poles literally get off center. They're no longer just a straight vertical pole of energy, but they can have these deviations where they curve like this, especially around the heart. The heart gets knocked off and the chi starts to move its way around. So as we're just finishing up here, the last 30 seconds, tune into that Tai Chi pole and feel that energetic center running from the crown of the head down to the soles of the feet, and feel in particular where the Tai Chi pole runs through the heart. And see if you can tell if there is a little bend, maybe in one direction or the other around the heart, where the Tai Chi pole is crossing through that energetic center. And just do a few moments of silence for inner tuning in right now. And then coming to a gentle halt. Now we'll come into the Wuji. So bringing the arms curving forward, coming back into that posture that we created where the tailbone is dropped, extending up through the crown of the head, flattening the low back and tucking the chin to also flatten the back of the neck. Feeling that Tai Chi pole, tuning into that. And if you do feel a slight deviation of the Tai Chi pole, you can, with your mind and intention, see if you can straighten it. See if you can make it very vertical. And it may take more work than that. So that's why we're going to focus on clearing out the heart and the stagnation and the anxiety around the heart today. So to see if you can really get a sense of where that Taiji pole is going, how it's interacting with the heart center, just so we can compare for later once we've done this clearing. And now allow yourself to dissolve for 1 minute into the Wuji, into the boundless, infinite source energy. Taking 2 more breaths here. Gently opening the eyes to a soft focus. We are going to come right into the old man. We're going to do a 5-minute old man just to really clear out the energy, wake our body up. Inhale. Oh. Deep inhale. Oh. Feel the resonance of the sound in your body. Oh. Hands to shoulders and bend. Do the vigorous scissor action from the back. Suck all the air out. And then inhale up. Oh. 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 Opening the throats. Oh. Sun go deep into the pit of the belly. Oh. Excellent. Let the head be heavy. Really stretch the spine as you're clearing by moving those arms back and forth. And when you're out of air, that's when we inhale. Oh. 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 Imagine you're cutting out cobwebs and old stagnation, and then feel as you rise up with new energy. Oh. That vibration helps to continue clearing. Oh. 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 And halfway there. Oh. Oh. Oh.
3 more rounds. Last round. And staying bent forward. Grasp the elbows with the opposite hands. Bend the knees enough so that your chest is lying on top of the thighs. Let the head be heavy. Take a couple of breaths here. Really let the spine relax. And then for the last breath, imagine breathing white light in through the base of the spine. It's going to flow down the spine out of the top of the head with the exhale, clearing out the spinal energy and allowing the hands to fall to the floor. And we're going to roll up, keeping the head heavy for last. When you come to the shoulders, we're going to just roll those open, opening the heart.
Coming right into some neck rolls. Nice sigh there. I love that. Inhale. And exhale forward. Breathing oxygen into all the stagnation. And switch directions when you're ready. And then when you feel complete with the spinal rolls, bringing your head back up to center, just give your body a gentle shake, and then turn it into the trembling horse. Starting at the fingertips and coming to the center, giving a nice vigorous shake. Just feel removing any more stuff in there. 3 more times. Very good. And one pulling down the heavens, just bringing that refreshing silvery light. Feel how much space you created in your body by removing that stagnation with the sound. Wouldn't you like to wake up every morning like this? Getting all that old stuff out of the way. Nice and toasty in here.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, Tommy came in early and built a nice big fire. So, oh, it's a love fest over here in the Qigong Ancient Wave Studios. Nice. So I'd like everyone to, whenever you're ready, come into a nice easy lunge. I'm just going to open up those hip flexors. First, have your knee just straight off the ground and pressing through the back of the heel. And if you'd like, you can then allow that knee to descend. That just changes the angles, gives a little bit of a different stretch. You can allow the toes also to go flat on the floor. And if you'd like a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can bring your arms to the bent leg, even stretching a taller if that feels right for you. But just basically opening up those channels, those major channels that exist in the hip joints that can easily gather stagnation. 2 more breaths here. The more open and flexible our hips are, the more chi can flow through from the earth to the rest of our bodies. So we want to do some hip openers, especially as we age, because they do tend to go more stagnant over time. And then stretching the front leg, just giving a little hamstring stretch here. And then coming back, we're going to switch legs. If you like, you can do a down dog in between, just to give yourself a little stretch, or you can just switch sides, whatever feels right. Just start, I think 2 breaths at least, with the legs straight off the earth, allowing the energy to go at the back of the heel. And then when you feel ready, or if you like, to just change that angle by dropping the knee and the top of the foot to the earth. And if we'd like to change the angle of the stretch, this just brings a little more energy to the front of the hip flexor. Like all those sighs I'm hearing, that's good. It's like, yes. It's so simple, right? And a couple more breaths here, just whatever position feels right for you. Yes, thank you. Your hips are like, thank you. And then just pulling back and straightening the leg for a moment. One more breath here. And then bringing that other knee back so you're on the knees. And we're going to do some cat cows because this really helps to make some flexibility around the heart. So we can inhale as we rise up and exhale, dropping the heart to the floor. So really focusing on creating some flexibility in that mid back area behind the heart. Using the breath to move your spine. And it's more important for the purposes of this practice, breathing into the heart center. As you exhale, begin releasing the stagnation around the heart. Just that holding, that gripping that we all do for protection, just to try to keep ourselves safe, trying to manage any anxiety, any of that. It can just bring a little bit of stagnation around the heart. So we're just moving that out. Just a few more breaths here. The movement can even be really quite subtle. As you drop the heart to the floor, opening the front of the chest. Just feel more and more motion coming, and then see if you can just get really quite small. So you're barely moving at all. The whole spine, you're just really focusing on just around the heart, almost like an isolation. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale, and then drop back into an extended child's pose. So your arms are in the front. Just stretching out. Bring the forehead to the floor. And one more breath here. And coming forward. Just going to creep ourselves forward and up. And then rocking back onto the heels, we're going to just come to a squat. That's just going to give another little opening into the hip area. And you can pick your squat. You can be up on the toes if you like, or back on the heels. Your feet can be parallel or splayed, whatever feels comfortable, but just make it intuitive and particularly breathe right into the hip joint. So you can really be feeling the energy flowing through it. And then coming forward onto the hands, I'm just going to come into a forward bend. You can have your hands on the floor if you like. You can bend the knees, allowing the weight of your head to just pull the spine down and forward. A couple of more breaths here. Feel the blood going to the head. And then we're going to roll back up. Very good. Nice and gentle. And then rubbing hands together. Bring the heat into the hands right in front of the heart. And we are going to clear the head. So creating long energy fingers. We're going to just penetrate those energy fingers right through the head and then vacuuming into the palms of the hands. Anything that gets stirred up, we're going to just vacuum it right in and then pull out of the body. And see you later. So inhale, gather, stagnation, pull out, give to the earth. So imagine like you're literally vacuuming out darkness from the head, from the mind, cobwebs, looping thoughts, whatever it is. They just look like gray yuck. And that's what we're pulling out of the head. Those energy fingers are stirring it up. I'm going to do 3 more clearing of the head here. Penetrating also deep into the sinuses, clearing out any stagnation in the breathing part. And then the last 3, we're going to really allow the palms to travel over the face. And we're going to clear out stagnation from the face, the eyes, the skin, and just let your hands gently go over and pull out gently and sweetly. And just feel your face relax as the healing energy of your hands passes over and calms, brings out. And one more time. Just feel all those muscles relax. Excellent. And just shake the hands to get anything off. And I'm going to do one of my favorites, the lymph exercise, inhaling to center and exhale to the sides. And this tones the waist. And as you're shifting the weight, you're keeping your feet parallel and the toes are pointed forward. The knees are pointed forward. So we're really, a lot of the energy of this exercise comes from is the inhale to the center and the arms are like naturally swinging out to the sides, but in like a parallel plane, unlike the spinal twist, we're really moving the energy to the sides off of the body. And we're focusing on that squeeze and release where the inguinal crease, that where the top of the thigh meets the torso. Really pumping the chi here. The under the arms too. It's like you can even almost feel it. The lymph being pumped vigorously through the body, raising the T cell count in the body. The white blood cells, they're just being pumped all the way through the body so they can go through and gather anything they see, disabling viruses and whatnot. Just going to do a few more here, 3 more to each side, let's say. And then bring the arms in to center. We're going to bring the feet together. And we're just going to do the, like a very gentle version of the pounding pose. So we don't have to really get too vigorous, but just feel all the vibration move through the body. You're going to close the eyes and just feel your whole body relax And as that ripple moves through you, all the stagnation is coming to the surface. Then rise onto the toes. And here we'll let the heels really drop. And it's boing, 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 boing. 3 times, swing. And feel that tension just release from the muscles. And now coming to the organs, it's the same thing. Feel the organs bouncing, just gently moving up and down. See the stagnation coming to the surface, then rise to the toes, and boing, 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 all that stuff releases in all directions. It's time here, and now gently bring the awareness to the Taiji pole. See that long tube of energy, see it being stirred up and stimulated. Then come to the toes, and a blast of white light from your Taiji pole, all directions, clearing the Taiji pole itself. Last time, really good. Okay, and then just stepping wide, we're going to do 3, pulling down the heavens. Inhale deeply and exhale, nice long exhale, pulling that light through the Taiji pole. As you pass through the heart center, see if you can lift the heart, straighten the Taiji pole as you come through there. Feeding the Taiji pole here, we're bringing more of that eternal energy through right into that very core of our beings. Very good. Okay, so I'd like to do some lung clearing before we get to the actual heart clearing itself. So again, rubbing the palms together, and then just taking the tips of the fingers, and we're just going to stimulate all around the lung area, particularly focusing on these lung points up here right below the collarbones. And just, this is just going to break up any little muscular but also energetic stagnation that's in the lungs. Very good. And now we're just going to come right into the rotating the sun and the moon. And let's just pull that stagnation, just brought it off and out. And then gather white light, extending the energy fingers long now all the way through the body, penetrating to the back and stirring up. Just feel like just your stirring sand at the river. Seeing all the debris coming up to the surface of the sand. And then we're going to just pull that debris out of the body. And as we breathe in the white light, it's like the fresh, clear water is coming in, replacing that space. You've all been down to the river to see it. See all that water rushing through, right? And it's like flushing out all the summer long, all the stagnation that got caught up on the rocks and trash and whatever dust and things like that. And then we're just gonna pull all that out, because even in nature there's stagnation happens, but it has its own processes for clearing out. I'm sure you've all seen at the river how there's the clear, swift moving channel in the center, but sometimes at the sides there's rocks and little eddies and pools get stuck there, and the water gets all stagnant and it's all foamy or filmy on the top. And it's only when we have this nice big rush of rains and snow melt to come and clear out those areas that are trapped behind the rocks. And it's the same in our bodies. Things get trapped and it just builds over time. So we want to create this rush of chi moving through us, just kind of blast out those areas. Do one more here, bring in the white light. Lifting the heart, opening the heart, pressing into the feet. And pull that stagnation out. Shake the hands off, and then we're going to gather the chi, the white light, huge armful of white light, and bringing the hands now towards each other. Open the palms of the hands to be emitters of light. And now just focus on seeing your lungs filling with the white light. As you're breathing, expand into the back of your body. Feel the lungs, the rib cage, and the back opening. So creating as much space in the lungs as you can. And then just stabilize the chi, one hand over the other, right over the heart. Just pause for a moment, drop the tailbone, lengthen the back of the neck, come to still place. And in the mind's eye, see that white light penetrating deep into the lung tissue, to the cellular fabric of the lungs. And then any chi left over here, we're just going to pull down to the lower dantian. Great. And she got the feet. She got the hand. Okay, so we're going to do the Taoist 5 heart clearing. And I want to do it for a good 3 minutes so that we really, this is the go-to exercise for releasing stagnation and anxiety around the heart. And what's great about it is that we're releasing and filling pretty much in the same motion. It's very efficient, like all the Taoist movements. So finding your good stance and bringing the right arm over the head so you can walk underneath it. The left hand is right at the pelvic bone. And we're going to grab a handful of rose light. We're going to bring that in, inhaling right to the heart center. And then as we exhale, right when we meet the midline, we're going to push across, clear the heart as we raise the other arm. And then come to the other side. Inhale the light and exhale, clear out the gray. And so this is a weight shifting exercise as I come right to the center. I'm standing tall, my legs are straight. And as I exhale and push to that side, I'm bending that knee. So, and then I can shift the weight to that side, and then I come to the center and shift my weight to the other side as I clear. Really push that energy out. You're filling with the new light, and then the old light, there's just no room for it. So you're just going to shove it to the side. It's going to leave your whole Wei Qi fields and just dissolve into thin air. Okay, so now you have the movements, and now smooth it out. Really visualize that rose color, like a beautiful, like a peace rose, beautiful rose with the sunlight shining through it. That gorgeous color is coming right into your heart, and you're removing all the anxiety, the doubt, the agitation of the heart. Instead, feeling with that, imagine how you feel when you're looking and smelling that rose, that moment of just pausing and taking a deep inhale. You know how that experience, like right in that moment, you're inhaling a sun-warmed rose outside, you're like, this is exquisite reality, right? That's what we're doing for our hearts right now. We're bringing that exquisite nature reality and the senses in. We're pushing out that intangible but very real experience of worry about the future, or what's going to happen, or feeling overwhelmed. We're just going to move that right out of our bodies, right out of our fields. Just say, thank you for wanting to protect me. Thank you for trying to help in all the ways you can, especially the mind can really put a lot of energy there. But we're just going to say, it's not, we don't need it right now. We're going to fill it with this moment of breathing in that rose. So we're halfway there. You want to add one more layer to this. You can take the tip of the tongue and put it behind the 2 front teeth, activating the heart-lung circuit, breathing in and out through the nose. And for the last 30 seconds, try slowing the movement down, almost like you're underwater or in a dream. Slowing the breath. This also helps to reduce the anxiety as you slow, the heart slows, blood pressure drops. Once more to each side. And bring both hands down, one pulling down the heavens just to seal in this new clearing that you've created, feeling that Taiji pull fill with the white light, especially passing through the heart center. And pause for a moment in Wuji, tuning into your heart. Just drop the mind right into the heart and inquire of the heart. How are you feeling? Let the heart speak. And then just as a mother would with a child, allow your higher self, your higher guidance, your heart energy to speak to that worried part. If there's any worries that have arisen, I'm worried about this, and that little voice. And imagine yourself just holding in the heart, like beautiful rose-colored arms wrapped around that little worry, those thoughts that arise. And see if you can allow that worry, the anxiety, the energy to just dissolve and exhale it out. And breathe in the rose-colored light, filling the whole heart area. And one more breath like this. Breathe in the rose right into the heart. And exhale out that old worry that's just dissolved. And gently open the eyes. We're going to come now to seated position. We're going to do a little breathing. And I found in this past, especially year, that the quickest way to come to a new state of mind is breathing. So literally within seconds, you can change the thought patterns and the energy patterns that are running through your body. And we've given ourselves a good head start with that by opening all the channels and realigning the channels of our energy bodies so that when we do the breathing, it's going to be even more effective. So we're going to begin with the alternate nostril breathing. This is the go-to breathing for anxiety. So if you ever do find yourself like kind of getting to that place, remember this and take the right hand, pulling down the first two fingers, and we're going to breathe in through the right nostril as we block off the left nostril. Just a nice gentle breath in. Pause at the top, closing both nostrils, and then exhaling out through the left nostril. And breathe in through the left. And pause. And exhale through the right. And continue on in this pattern in your own timing. With the awareness and intention that as you move through the pattern, you're gradually lengthening the inhale and the exhale and the pauses in between. This helps to lower the heart rate and bring balance to the two parts of the mind. And we'll do this for 2 minutes. One more minute. Continue with the pattern until you reach exhaling from the right nostril, completing the cycle. And when you finished with the cycle, allow both nostrils to open, taking in a gentle inhale. And a long, easy exhale, letting the breath just find its own way out. And closing the eyes, taking a nice inhale through the nose. We're going to suspend the breath. And I'm going to exhale out. Nice, easy exhale. And we're going to do some breath suspensions a little bit longer each time, and I'll do the count. And when we suspend the breath, we're going to squeeze the perineum together and then slightly relax it, called rounding the perineum. That's going to contain the energy at the base of the body. At the top of the body, you're going to gently just drop the chin. So you're imagining the holding the energy is going to occur in the whole torso. Of course, you need to let the air out anytime. Don't cause yourself any anxiety or stress. Just release the breath. So we'll go gradually. So we're going to do a nice slow inhale through the nose to the count 1, 2, and 3. And suspend the breath. And exhale to the count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And suspend the breath. And exhale to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And inhale to the count of 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and suspend the breath. And exhale to the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just take a natural breath. And now we're going to inhale a blue light into the lungs. Deep inhale, blue light. Suspend the breath. Swirl the blue light around in the lungs. It's going to oxygenate the cells. And then exhale out. I'm going to do 2 more of these breaths. 1 more blue light. Inhale the blue light. Swirl the blue light around in the lungs, oxygenating the cells. And exhale. This time we're going to bring in a golden light. Bring the golden light all the way in on the inhale. And feel that gold light radiate out through your entire being, your entire Wei Qi fields. And then exhale out. And breathe naturally. Gently opening the eyes. I'm going to just do some light taps onto the chest, to the thymus gland, stimulating the heart. Now that it's nice and calm, we're just giving it some energy. And then just placing the hands together over the heart. Lifting the breastbone, place the knuckles right under the breastbone, lifting up. Dropping the head slightly. Feel how this mudra helps to bring the 2 halves of the being together, the yin and the yang, into the heart center, breathing into the heart. Just we'll stay here for 10 more seconds. And release gently, opening the eyes. And now we're just going to take the tips of the thumbs and we're going to come around, starting at the point right between the eyebrows. And we're just going to come around the eyes, gently pressing all the way around the eye sockets. You can also use the tip of the first finger, whatever feels best for you. But as you're moving around, imagine that you have like a laser of light that's going right into all these acupressure points around the eye socket. And that light is penetrating deep in, relaxing the mind, relaxing all the tension around the eyes. We'll do 3 whole circuits. Keep breathing as you're moving around. And end it back at the 3rd eye and just press for a moment. Right to the either side of the 3rd eye. Breathe. And exhale, release the hands. And then just taking the hands, we're going to start at the chin and we're just going to do some upstrokes with the tips of the fingers, just gently over the face, all the way up and around the ears, all the way to the back of the occiput and down off the shoulders. Just gently releasing tension from the jaw. And 1 more here. And now we're just going to do the same to the forehead, coming through across the forehead and in just right up into the temples. And then lastly, starting between the brows, we're going to just come down the sides of the nose and come into the very base, right to the side of the nose here, and just press hold here for a moment. And we'll do that twice more. Just releasing some of these sinus points. And finally, we're going to this point halfway between the tip of the nose and the top of the lip. We're going to press in at this point for the count of 6. So it's like a reset button. So inhale, press for 6. And then exhale, release. We'll do that twice more. Excellent. Beautiful. And shake the hands out. Okay. So I'd like everyone to get themselves comfortable for lying down.
Here.
It is, huh?
Oh, yes, it is. It's nice to feel the heat like that.
It is. Well, the heart is the fire element, so seems good to be nice and warm. So wherever you are, hopefully you are nice and toasty, so you can really relax, allow your body to absorb all this healing chi that you've generated. Just as you lie down, just feel that amazing sense of relief. Just be on the earth, supported by the earth. Know that you just cleared all the stagnation out of yourself. You have so much more room created inside, so much more flow. And finding a comfortable position, but I encourage you to have the legs apart, and so that the toes can just fall out to the sides. The arms can be to the side with the palms up, receiving. Or if you're feeling depleted, you can allow one hand to come over the top of the other, right over the lower dantian, over the belly. Allow the eyes to just fall to the back of the head. Let the jaw and the tongue relax. The breath return to gentle, long, easy breaths. And imagine yourself on a beautiful sunny beach. Blue turquoise water stretching out before you as you gaze out to the horizon. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, the warmth of the sand beneath you. You're just sitting in a meditation position inside your mind, looking out at that blue water, seeing the waves just so calm, barely gently lapping at the edge of the shore. Feeling a very slight salty sea breeze. As you inhale and you feel that breeze is just gently moisturizing the inside of your nose and lungs. And as you open your inner ears, you can hear bird song. And inside yourself, you feel at peace. And you feel connected to nature rather than feeling separate, apart from its beautiful surroundings. You actually feel almost like you are growing out of the earth, like a beautiful flower. The mind calms so much that the thoughts just completely disappear. And instead you become completely aware of the breath. Just as the waves come in and out, the breath is coming in and out. And inside the meditation, you're allowing your eyes to close. And that awareness in the middle of the head turns on like a light bulb or a searchlight right there in the very middle of the head. And you can move that searchlight to look down through your inner body. And you sweep that searchlight starting at your feet and sweeping up like a scan, moving through you, allowing the light of consciousness and awareness to be the light that shows you what is happening inside your own body, simply by making the inquiry of what is there to see. No expectations or thoughts around it, just allowing that light to go through you, sweeping back and forth, slowly rising up, coming in and going through the organs of your body, sweeping up through the lower dantian area, so the reproductive organs, the bladder, the large and small intestines, just sweeping through, rising up through the diaphragm, through the stomach, spleen, and pancreas on the left side, the liver and gallbladder on the right side, and sweeping through the two kidneys on the back of the body, sweeping up now through the lungs, the left and the right lung, all the way up to the top of the collarbones, and coming into the heart center and tuning into your heart with this center of consciousness awareness. And sensing the vastness of your heart, seeing how it's not just contained by the physical space, but how the heart is actually a vortex, connecting you to other dimensions, connecting you beyond this dense reality, connecting you to the vastness of the Wu Ji, connecting you to other people, times, and places. And having that understanding in the tradition of medical Qigong that all the long-term memories are stored in the heart. Well, short-term memories are stored in the kidneys, but the heart is where memory actually lives. So all the memories you've had of your life are here in this heart vortex. And if it feels appropriate for you, if you'd like to allow a memory to surface, specifically with the idea of something that may have caused you some anxiety in the past, that set up a pattern of deviation in the heart or anxiety in the present. And just with a simple energy of inquiry, not needing to process or understand, but simply, is there a memory that you can see right now related to that agitation of the heart? And if one does surface, breathe that rose-colored light right into it, just like we were breathing the energy of smelling a beautiful rose. Breathing that scent right into that memory. Seeing if from this place and this vantage point, you can hold that other you in your arms of your heart and telling that other you that from this vastness of the eternal plane, everything is all right. You can look inside that memory and ask yourself, what did I learn from that situation? What gift was it given? What silver lining was granted to me in that challenging time? And breathe in that gift. Allow the energy of agitation to dissolve as you sense that that experience was created by you in order to come to this new, greater degree of light inside your being, a depth and a growth of your soul. And thank yourself for giving yourself that experience, no matter how challenging, because it's brought you to this very moment. And in this very moment, you are loved, you are safe, you are held by the divine love of the universe, by the love of your guides and ancestors, by the love of your higher soul. Feel that love vibrating through you. Feel the truth that love is what there is, and that all is made from love. And tuning in to this moment, releasing the past, and asking your heart, what can I do for you today to bring you joy and fulfillment? It could be something so simple. You can set that intention to fulfill your heart's desire today. Building trust with your heart. Building trust with this place of the eternal, timeless, now thinking of 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. Feel how even the thought of the gratitude brings an opening to the heart, like a rose that was in a bud, but that gratitude is like the sun that opens the flower. Feel your heart expanding and opening with that gratitude. And invite you to do one thing for someone today. Just some small act of kindness. that reflects this deep awareness that love and kindness is not a small thing, but it's actually feeding this whole universe through this portal, this vortex of your heart. It's creating a pattern and a vibration and a power that we all have. Our unique energy and soul here on the planet does make a difference. And feel the truth of that. Inside the meditation, you're opening your eyes back out to see the ocean, feeling this new calm spaciousness inside your heart, rippling through your whole being. And here in the room, breathe yourself back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Turn your head from side to side. When you feel ready, you can roll to one side. And thanking yourself for taking this time for your practice today. Whenever you're ready, coming to a seated position. You can close with me by inhaling the hands up overhead and joining the two palms together over the crown, drawing them down the Taiji pole to the heart, and bowing the head to the heart. Still feeling that vastness of your heart. If there's someone you'd like to send some of this beautiful rose energy to today, this energy of the heart, someone who may need some healing or just some encouragement in life, take a deep breath into your hands. And then you're going to extend them forward and you're going to blow some of that beautiful rose energy right into their air energy body. Feel them, receive it, light up with that love, and then feel it comes back to you. Go wave back into your own heart. Give thanks for this ancient wisdom, so we may all walk our own divine paths of righteousness, rippling our love out for the benefit of all beings. And so it is. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful and loving day, and sending you my love.